Noisy.
Alright. Alrighty.
I am live.
Which is now live. Here we go.
Wait, you're live, Bush?
I'm streaming.
Okay. I guess you need that other thing tonight too.
So Pokemon is the first to come out of pits, following Medic and Outlaw.
Ah, goddamn car. Sigma.
Hello.
Oh, just going up here. Yeah, go home. This one I can't pressure these.
Alrighty, we are live now.
Oh, shit.
Rampage getting in the back of Medic. That's not what you want to see during qualifying. Medic showing us his pleasures, it looks like.
Rampage going back into the pits.
Don't want to see that at the start of qualifying. You know, tensions tend to build over the course of qualifying in the race, but you don't want to see them boil over just yet. It might not be good for those two during the race if they get next to each other.
No slipstream it is.
The slipstream's unreal.
Yeah, it could prove crucial if anyone can get one.
Yes. A lot of these drivers are going to want to use overtake, so might not know it.
Well, it also depends on how many laps you want to get in.
Might not be as effective as slipstream. But we'll see.
So we're going to get to see how everyone's first laps play out, of course, except for Rampage.
Pokemon underscore Pepsi underscore 1 minute and 30.204
132 is not going to be good enough for full, I don't reckon. But it's staying there for now.
Pepsi underscore 1 minute
Well, Pokemon is your pole sitter right now.
A new record. 1 minute and
Following
30.204
Outlaw
seconds.
and Bush.
Home 31.
Top
Noisy
of
Quick
shit, higher,
set a
Bush.
new record. 1 minute and 31.210 seconds. Home 31. Noisy Crixit set a new record. 1 minute and 31.210 seconds. Hams Medic.
Looks like Outlaw's getting a little bit of a slipstream from Bush. Don't know if Bush is gonna like that or appreciate that too much unless they have an agreement beforehand. Of course, no teammates here, I don't think.
33.718 seconds. Bone 30 Brothers fan.
As far as I know.
Oh, Outlaw runs wild.
Yeah, I should have no
1 minute and
teammates.
30.957 seconds. Bone 30 Brothers fan. Bone 30 Brother fan X set a new record. 1 minute and 30.957 seconds.
Yeah,
Mason B, the 1 minute and 30.756 seconds slot, set a new record. 1 minute and 30.756
Well, since we got, what is it, about like 6
Mason B,
minutes
the
left
1
in
minute and
qualifying? Let's review the
30.756
liveries.
seconds slot,
Take
set a new
10.
record. 1 minute and
Alright,
30.756
Let's start with
seconds.
Pokemon.
It's Spexy, set a new
You
record.
can use
1 minute and
overtake.
31.187 seconds.
Alright, starting with Pokemon. A simple black and white livery. I mean, it's not exactly very flavorful. sponsors are looking very nice on the car, of course. I love the touch of the white halo, but it's not doing a whole lot for me, I won't lie.
1 minute and 30.095
Pretty simple
seconds, a
livery,
new
not
record.
much
1 minute
going
and
on it.
30.095 seconds.
I would say out of 10 I would give it
Noisy Crixit set a new record. 1 minute and
maybe like a
31.149
7.5
seconds.
for me.
I'm gonna give it a
Medic 1 minute and
6.
30.095 seconds.
I think if it had just like a light blue or something to stick out
130 Brothers fan.
of the car,
130 Brother fan X set a new
to
record.
combine with
1
the
minute
lack
and
of color, really like
30.306
bringing out
seconds.
that one specific highlight
130
color,
Brothers
that I'd
fan.
like it a lot
130
more,
Brothers
but
fan
with
X
just black
set a
and
new
white on the
record.
car, I can't
1 minute
really,
and 30.306
you know, it looks like a testing livery.
seconds.
Oh,
Yeah.
Pokemon goes for a spin as we're talking about him. It's gonna be rough.
Before we review the next livery, worth mentioning that Rampage has set a 128.8.
The 1 minute and 30.636
That's a very good time, yeah. That's really good.
30.636 seconds.
So
Of
next
course, I'm really not
time,
using a
It's Spexy set a new
lot of
record. 1 minute and
overtake during
29.317
practice, I'd imagine.
seconds. It's Spexy.
So next
It's
is Heinz in the
Spexy
16
set a new
Dr.
record.
Pepper.
1 minute and 29.317 seconds.
like it a lot. Love Dr. Pepper.
128,
Yeah,
Rampage
gotta love
underscore
Dr. Pepper.
racing 1T set a new record. 1 minute and 28.829 seconds.
If I'm gonna give black and white a 6, I'm gonna give this a 6.5.
Set a new record. 1 minute and 28.829
For me, I'm gonna be a little biased. I'm gonna give it a
Noisy Crixit
8.5.
set a new record.
Fair
1
enough.
minute and
Dr. Pepper, 10 out of 10.
30.676 seconds.
Yes.
Home
Oh,
30,
boy.
Noisy Crixit set a new record.
Next is
1 minute
Outlaw.
and 30.676 seconds.
The number
Bone
2.
30 Brothers fan. Bone 30
Not much
Brother
going
fan
on,
X
just
set a new record. 1
mainly
minute and
just-
I love the, I'm a bit of a
30.662
Jeff Gordon
seconds.
simp, so if there's anyone I'm gonna be biased with, it's Jeff Gordon
1 minute and
themed livery.
30.062 seconds.
Um,
Mason B.
I got the number color just right, just that awkward enough of a yellow where it's kind of green. Perfect highlighter yellow. I wish to see a little more sponsors on that car though. I feel like it looks kind of empty.
Set a new record.
Looks a little
1 minute
bland.
and
Yeah, it looks a little empty. The livery's, yeah, nothing special, no flames on it, nothing. And you know, if it had more sponsors on it to cover up kind of the empty space there, I'm sure I'd like it a little bit more. But I think I'm gonna give this probably 5.5, 6 around there. Not my
Me,
favorite,
I would
but
give
like
it a probably 6. But I'm gonna go for it. Up next, Bush, number 65, Eldorado Aztecs.
Well,
Great use of the gradients, I will say.
I agree with that. I love the creativity here. If I was going to say one thing, if the last few cars were a little bland, this one's probably the least bland out of all the cars we have here. But I don't think that's in a bad way. I really do like the gradient on the car. I love the color scheme. I'm going to give this one probably a 7, as he goes for a spin as well. Do we have a bit of a commentator's curse here? Or is it just because we're yapping about him? Oh, Schmel's Outlaw. That's
Goddamn it, Bush.
That's
I'm
not
sorry,
gonna
my-
be good. You don't want to be seeing that during qualifying.
My bad. It was a mistake.
Outlaw's lap there.
That's what I was saying.
Generic, what are you talking about?
I would give Bush's livery a 9. Best I've seen on the field so far.
I had to accomplish that shit.
Well, before we review the next livery, Medic now has the
Bush,
fastest
you're
lap.
good. I
say he beat
accomplished
it.
that shit.
He did say he could beat the lap, and I guess he was not lying.
Yeah. So next, Husky, number 22, Home Depot.
Wish my last one would take. I want to see some.
I like this one a lot, I won't lie. I think it's just the right gap between over complex and super simple.
Yes. Nice little tribute to Joey Logano.
Yeah. So I like this one a lot. I'm probably going to give this one a 7.5. It might be my favorite.
I'm also going to give it a 9. I also think it's really good.
So I think I might be a little more crucial than you. Critical, sorry.
Yeah, how's it going? Hey now.
Not Joey,
Hey now.
Tony. Not Joey,
Let's see.
Tony.
Oh,
Looks
it's a
like
Tony.
we reviewed it just about everyone. It's just everyone except for Medic and Rampage.
I
Well,
don't know.
Outlaw looks like got cut in the tire barrier.
Oh. It's not been a very clean practice for Outlaw, or qualifying, sorry, has it? So we've got our final laps in here, and I saw purple, I just don't remember who I saw it with. Medics in the tire barrier as well. I don't know if he's just taking a nap out there or what. Could be. Or can he improve? Not quite. 2 seconds off. That's not going to cut it.
Rampage finishes with a 129. Medic is right now still your pole sitter.
But not even going to try to get the lap in. And Hines had a half spin going onto the backstretch, but he does have a quite the toe going into the chicane. Of course, that turns into a disadvantage when you go into the chicane. But we're going to see what it is. He's improved by 0.57.
Let's see what time he gets here.
Quite the slipstream. Oh.
Oh, come on. That
the
was
lap
full.
like
That was going to be full.
You know, in hindsight, maybe I should have. But it, qualifying time longer. We learn from our mistakes. Shouldn't matter anyways, only 7 cars.
hindsight.
Yes, in hindsight.
Alright, race time. 53 laps around this lovely historical track. Got a lot of positive things to say, not a lot of negative things to say. It's a very technical track, obviously a lot more different than the oval, of course, with the whole infield and the chicane on the backstretch. I'm being told that the Amigo car is more reminiscent of Tony Stewart's IndyCar livery. Of course, he did when he did the double.
Tony Stewart patent.
Yeah, I believe he did the double. Coke 600 and Indy 500, at least once or twice.
Well, the more you know. I'll give the drivers, let's see, say 5 minutes to, drink water, use the restroom.
So while we're here, why don't we go over some of the rules and regulations here.
Yeah.
So we've got, obviously, the SF19 is the only car allowed. That was driver voted on, I believe. They chose the SF19 over the 23, which is kind of weird. You really would have thought they would have picked the newer one, but maybe they just like the look of the SF19 a little bit more.
Unbelievable.
Racer medium and soft tires are the only tire compounds that can be used. The car has to be stock, meaning it's below 954. We recommend the car to have real life IndyCar number and livery. Obviously, a lot of customers here, so we would really enforce that. Overtake is allowed on this track. For the caution rules, cautions will come out if 2 or more cars spin or crash out. Meaning if it's just a single car, there is no caution. But if there are 2 cars involved, then yes, that will be a caution. Pace laps will be done at 80 miles an hour, 128 kilometers per hour. The field will stay single file with a gap of at least half a second between each car during the restart. And the race will begin, again, at the restart zone, with every car being single file. The restart zone will be the same as last race, the Geico restart zone.
So I think a little bit of a gray area here. So of course with the cautions, there has to be 2 cars involved in an incident for there to be a caution from. What if we have 2 cars off at the same time? Do we get a caution then as well?
Yeah.
Completely, like 2 self-spins. Yes, caution as well. Okay.
Yes.
So it just has to be 2 cars in an incident somewhere at some time. Okay. Other than that, I mean, among the 53 laps, what do you think the pit strategy is going to look like? I don't know how long the mediums can go and what the wear rate is set at, but should we see, I'm thinking a 3-stop race should be appropriate for this race. 3 stops, maybe 4.
Rampage mentions he's Toyota here.
Not gonna get a lot of help with that. Everyone, of course, in Honda engine cars, but they're badged differently depending on the team or livery. So medics seem to be the class of the field there in qualifying, beating out Rampage by a little over a tenth of a second, followed by Hines, Bush Brothers fan, Husky, then Outlaw, and Pokemon. Of course, me and Yoshi are in the lobby, but we are not here to race.
I am the officiator.
Certified yapper of this league.
So one more minute and we'll start. Where are you streaming this thing?
On YouTube.
For that, looking at your YouTube channel, I don't see
I think my PlayStation might be tweaking a little bit. Oh, that's weird. So I went live on PlayStation, and it says I'm live, been live for 15 minutes, but I guess it's not on my YouTube. I guess I'll stop this and go at it one more time. Let's try this again. Hello everyone, welcome back, or to those of you just joining, welcome, period, full stop. Had a bit of an error, I guess, with the last stream, didn't exactly work out, but we're here now. Of course, here at the historical Daytona International Speedway for the road course variant. Of course, this is round 2, the Bud Light Grand Prix at Daytona. For those of you wondering what happened in round 1, I was not there. I'm now commentating here, and I should be commentating for the rest of the season. Of course, this season's schedule is every Saturday at, I believe, 3 p.m. OST or 4 p.m. EST. Of course, we're running a little behind today. Had a bit of an error with the lobby, but we're all good now. Just waiting for all the drivers to be set. We should be going in just a few minutes here.
We are, unfortunately, delaying this race a little bit. Didn't plan on it, but
we will still get all 53 laps in.
Yes. 20 more seconds and I'll start the race. Are we all ready?
Not yet.
Driver's gonna need a deep breath here.
What's that cracker eyes?
I do have all the drivers muted just so my stream is a little clearer. We will do interviews during cautions and at less entertaining parts of the race per se. But I don't want the feed to be cluttered.
Alright, I'm starting the race.
Alright, I'm ready.
It's also worth noting that our points leader is in first. Edit has 50 points, Rich has 40, Hines has 35. Hines it is ahead of Bush. Let's see how that plays out.
course, Medic being in first and also having the most points on the season so far, only being 1 week in, about to be 2, as we are green and underway here at Daytona. Hopefully we get a clean start, no mistakes here, no self-spins. It's a bit of a bunch up there into turn 1, Medic taking it safe, I reckon.
So Medic, your leader right now, following Rampage and Bush.
Everyone kind of keeping a nice gap together. If Rampage can keep this kind of gap, he should be able to make a move into the chicane. But I don't know if he'll hold it to the flag to lead the first lap of the race.
Medic in that bright blue PCG car, representing partly cloudy game.
Bold move into the chicane. It's going to send Rampage off. And it's also going to give the lead to Bush Brothers fan. As Rampage goes down into last.
I tried it. It didn't work out.
Obviously that chicane is very narrow, so it's going to be hard for drivers to try and...
No, you need to clear the car and run over.
Now Bush just taking over the radio there.
Are we going to see more moves like that? Or are you thinking, oh, self-spin.
Lex, who was that? Outlaw. They saved it, right?
Keep it green.
Most of them saved it. I'm going to keep it green.
It's alright.
Husky might have to start thinking about a alternate strategy to get him back in the race. I don't know if we're going to see all too many cautions. I mean, these guys are going to get separated, I reckon, just a little bit towards the middle part of the race, and if there's not a caution by then, we'll have to see if Husky can just work it back on pure pace. So of course, Medic no longer leading after that incident going into the chicane on lap 1. What I find interesting is he won the race. He did not have the most laps or the second most laps. Well, tied for second, but was put third in the official standings at 15 laps led. The leader, the most laps led that race was Donner Mouse with 22. Not a lot of laps led. I mean, it was quite a long race, but it was very evenly distributed. Only one guy
Wide. Rampage and Outlaw
going into turn 1. Now make it 2 wide. And they're only going to make it through. You know, that's the stuff you want, that Husky wants to see, I'm sure. Medic worked his way up to the grass.
Another one car.
I think Medic might try a move here. If he doesn't get it here, he might do what Husky did to him on lap 1 and send one up the inside. Maybe go around the outside of the chicane.
What now?
We'll go on board with him now. See if he's got enough slipstring here to make the move.
Feel it spreading out a little bit now.
He might try. He might be able to get past him before the chicane and see if he can get ahead. He does get ahead here. And will take the lead back from Bush Brothers fan.
Oh shit, oh my god.
Can't be happy about that. Let's see if Medic can now run away with this one.
Oh,
we got a gaggle of 4 cars near the back. 4th on for 7.
In the back. Husky, Outlaw, Pokemon, Rampage.
3 wide once again in the tri-oval.
Very close racing from the back of the pack.
My bad, Medic.
Bush now takes the lead from Medic.
Husky slowly making his way up. A big incident there.
I don't know.
Oh, two cars almost sped at the same time. That would have been a caution for sure. Husky very nicely working his way back up through the pack. Very impressed to see this. Back into fourth. Maybe can get third this lap.
Medic around. One car. Oh.
Kind of spins in front of the pack there. Hard to get all the way through.
Oh,
Like he saves it though. Medic didn't lose too much time, so.
Still in the pack, but you got to think he didn't lose too much time, but now he's got all these cars in front of him. That's another mistake that could be potentially made. You know, he's in this huge gaggle of cars that's like all over the place right now. You know, and these guys' braking points are probably a little later or earlier than his, so he's got to be, you know, conscious of that. So it's a little more than time, but you know, Bush Brothers fan now taking the lead. And was that a self spin by Medic? Very uncharacteristic.
Yeah, he's spun by himself.
Spin from my view.
No 3 wide into the tri-oval this time. Might see some action as things get bunched up towards the front of the field now. It seems that's where the chaos is. Let's watch Medic work his way back up through the field. The Pokemon and Outlaw going at it.
Bush in the grass, gonna lose.
Bush in the grass. Hines
Hines
takes the lead now. Might see Husky take advantage of Bush in the grass as well. You got to remember that the grass stays on the tires for just a little bit longer than you like. But no, Hines goes wide. Now Bush Brothers back in the lead.
Medic spins, loses time. Now in last. Unfortunately.
More mistakes. Can't be having that if you're trying to win a race. Oh, this might be 3 wide going to the chicane. That's not going to work. Pushes Hines into the lead. Might try and take himself with them. Bush Brothers fan lets them through. Just got to back off as he runs wide.
A lot of the grass there.
A lot of turf there. A lot of turf. And good damage on the underside.
Don't cut that much of the track.
Officials not happy with the Bush Brothers fan. Now Hines with an 0.8 second lead. That's quite the gap. There's no slipstream from that distance. It's about 0.7 of a second you want. But of course I believe Bush Brothers fan with his overtake is just going to use some of that up. And the gaggle of cars continues. No one really able to pull away. They keep making mistakes, getting caught back up by the field.
Well, the boost is on.
It's like
Nice indeed. Looked like he was trying to go through the inside.
Trying to work together to catch up to the top 2.
Yeah, a lot of the fighting is stopped. Bush Brothers fan, 3 passes. Hines for the lead. Hines runs wide a bit. A lot of cars run wide there. Kind of like follow the leader. They're all trying to copy the guys up front. And when you do that, you know, if they make a mistake, you're going with them now. Maybe see a move into turn 1 here by Hines. Maybe before turn 1. Now side by side going into turn 1. We'll see who comes out the beneficiary. And it's going to be Hines for now.
Great pass from Hines.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Bush has a run, looking to pass Hines.
Up the inside, very aggressive. They come together. Is Bush gonna? Yes, he does. He does make the move. Husky might be able to take advantage of Hines' misfortune now. He used to have been going back and forth for the majority of this race. Medic's been up front a few times, but just can't seem to avoid those mistakes. Now Husky looks at the
wall. Catches the tire barrier though.
Husky saw the inside of Hines there, just couldn't make the move stick. Of course, it's a bit bumpy there on the transition to the oval part of this racetrack.
Ambrose has joined the room. S. Waters, the Grave Ambrose, has joined the room.
Oh god.
Boopity, 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 let's go racing. Boopity, 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 let's go racing.
A lot of ground that wall's going to have to make up now after that mistake.
Boost is on, so should help him out a little bit.
Hines now side by side with Bush Brothers fan. Again, is he going to try the outside move and make it work? Bush Brothers fan backed out last time. I don't know if he's going to have enough alongside. He's not.
Isaiah making another pass there.
You know, as these leaders fight, you got to remember the group catches back up to them. Is it worthwhile? I don't know. You know, to have the rest of the pack catch back up now, if either of these guys makes a mistake, they're going to get passed. Bush Brothers fan maybe looking down the inside. Hines is kind of going to block it, make his car very wide, about 2 times wider than it should be, and hold the lead. It's a very good defensive move there by Hines.
Pretty much myself. What's up?
We have the second pack between Husky and Medic. They're fighting quite hard right now as well. Bush Brothers friends and Hines side by side going into the chicane once more. Doesn't look like Hines wants any part of it.
Not gonna end well, I can tell you that.
A little wide again, a huge tank slapper there. It's a little bit, he's going to fall back into the rest of the pack.
I was there, sorry. I got pushed.
Did we ever see any conflict? What's going on?
What?
No cautions yet. No cautions yet.
There has not been any caution.
Just the only key person that's fallen behind is Mason.
It seems like the rest of the pack worked together to catch back up to Bush Brothers fan.
Mason's
all good. There's huge yellow cars in the back there between
on my screen, you
like Medic, Pokemon, and Husky.
Just do more careful.
Bush Brothers fan that go over here.
And Medic has not been able to work his way up through the field like we saw Husky do earlier. Of course, Husky's fallen back and is now right in front of him, but they just can't do it. It seems like the rest of the crew here has gotten back up the pace, whereas maybe they were just on it from the start.
Mason just now caught up, barely. With 3 other people.
I'm gonna say this right now because I've been noticing it quite a bit. Don't cut too much of the chicane.
Oh god.
Yeah, I saw at least 3 there. Might be able to defend this one, Bush Brothers fan, because Hines is going to try the outside move most likely again, but no, stays in line just a little bit longer, goes out wider, gets some of that clean air so he can cut back in and get a better run off.
What the fuck?
Bush Brothers fan has a little bit of a slide there, don't want to see that. Of course, you got to remember this is more than just losing time when you slide, it's also killing the tires.
Dude, like, oh my god.
Rampage pushed off by Pokemon. Oh, another 1 car.
Gotta wonder if that was intentional or not. Maybe just a little bit of a mistake, but I'm sure either way Rampage is not going to be happy about that one way or another.
Bush is around! Bush is around!
Oh, Bush Brothers fan around now. What happened there?
Bush around, that was two cars were around right around the same time. So.
One by one, they're both back in and out.
Oh,
Rampage around again. I'm gonna call a caution.
Yeah.
Slow down.
We got too many cars spinning.
Low to 8. Caution's out.
Good lord. What's caution speed?
Get the fuck around me, get the fuck around me. Pushing rampage, go.
Why? What's going on? What's caution speed 75?
So of course we talked about the caution rules earlier, but I'll run back over them
if you need to take it.
once again. Cautions will come out if two or more cars spin or crash out. Could be two cars involved in the same incident, or 1 and 1. Pace laps will be done at 80 miles an hour, 128 kilometers per hour. The field will stay single file with a gap of half a second between each car during the restart. And the race will begin at the restart zone, which of course here is the Geico restart zone. And the race will begin with every car single file. Restart zones will be determined by the host and or official at every single given event. As we see Hines come into pit road now. Looks like everyone's going but Husky.
Husky stays out. You can speed it up to, actually no, keep that speed Husky.
But this isn't like the Daytona, it's oval pits though, where they're going to be in and out. It's good. Taking some time just to get around.
Not a lot of people like very low on fuel. Maybe they just want fresher tires. I don't know what the tire situation's looking like, of course. So it looks like Medic maybe shorted himself some tires here, or maybe less fuel. Maybe he didn't take fuel. Let's check in. Medic, how are you feeling?
The racing, the car, just anything. How are you feeling?
Was that the thought? Get some track position? Was the thought to get some track position? Yeah. No?
Oh, what the fuck?
Well, look forward to the restart. Hopefully you can make a move here on Husky. Good luck.
Once you guys get to the chicane, you can start spacing out.
Start speeding up.
A second gap between everyone. Half a second.
Remember, half a second between each car. Restart zone is the Geico restart zone. Just like last year's.
You know, on board with Medic here for the restart. See if he can make a move.
Space out. Space out.
Get to the restart zone. Boogie, boogity, boogie. Let's go back racing, boys.
Of course, on board with Husky here. Scout 1 to his outside. He's going to try and make a move to Husky's outside. Not going to work though. Of course, Medic and Husky were pretty much side by side most of this race. They've been around each other. And both of them will go uncontested through the infield section for the most part, bar turn 1 where Medic was side by side with someone very briefly.
The softs are so much better. We're gonna go really fast.
Of course, now on to the back stretch. Could get a good slipstream here, maybe use a little bit of overtake, make the pass, probably out of turn 1 of the oval, or sorry, turn 2, side by side, and that's going to be a clean overtake before the chicane even happens. Love to see it. Medic might have an answer, sorry, Husky might have an answer here, but it doesn't look like he will. That runs a little off. I see a sign there on the track.
Oh, Bush around. Oh,
That's not good.
Oh, shit.
Huge spin there from Bush. A lot of smoke. Makes it hard to see for the drivers behind. Lucky that there wasn't a bigger incident there.
I'm gonna say keep it green.
What? Oh, yeah. Oh,
Husky making a huge dive down the inside, forcing Medic wide.
Oh, yes. Saved it, so keeping it green.
Husky now in the lead. The bold move, though, kind of just pushed him out the way. Said it was my corner, I'm in the inside, and what happens to you is irrelevant. Top three very close together here. As Husky now gets run wide. Sounds to be another spin, two cars around.
Another caution.
Another caution, not making it very far.
Fire damage. I gotta get my shotgun. I'll be right back. I gotta go shoot myself.
We had Hines, Rampage, and Medic as our top three. Drivers couldn't keep it together there. Very unfortunate. I don't expect any of them to be pitting here unless, of course, the tires were burned out from the spins they had.
you can speed up. There you go. Everyone just get him now.
Yeah, it's all good.
I don't even know what happened. I just saw Bush losing control off the screen. Did you touch him? Did you not touch him?
So you gotta wonder if anyone's gonna come in here. I know we had a few
Pit road
spins.
is open once again.
I really don't know what happened.
Only 13 laps into this race. Of course, our cautions are a lot quicker than you might see in something like NASCAR. Got a very good team here that cleans up the debris really quickly. Of course, cars usually don't get ditched, so it's not really much of an issue. Oh, Medic tried to deke him out, and
we got one.
we got one. Outlaw decided not to. He could have gone behind and you know, still started in last place, only giving up one position here. Or what are we thinking here? Just putting on the Firestone tires. Did we have 4 tires stop? Is he going to get fuel as well? I'd imagine so. No. It's going on the softs as well. So maybe more of an aggressive outlook here from Pokemon, who has not had the best of races so far.
Best race so far.
Because we have Hines, then Rampage, then Medic, Husky, Bush Brothers fan, Outlaw, and Pokemon.
Oh, we got some things going on back here. Or up here, in this case.
Definitely see. Pokemon, I believe, is going to be in the Wolford home. But
I'm going too fast on myself in the
We've seen a lot of the leaders shuffled back here. You know, it seems whoever gets in first place kind of just gets moved out the way, and then someone else takes over, and then they never really get a chance to
Start spacing
hold
out.
it for very long.
isn't all that? one driver messes up, because we're going to see a whole lot of mistakes here being made.
Especially to turn one.
For sure. Tell you that.
Someone goes bowling, you know.
Yep.
Doors going into the restart zone now. Gonna watch the front too. Hopefully nothing crazy happens in the back. Green flag. Green flag is here once again. More quick to make a move around the outside going into turn one. Medic might try and take advantage of the craziness here. Not quite. Everything holds stern, but Medic's gonna get passed by Husky, and maybe even Bush Brothers fan.
Oh, good.
And Pokemon's around the outside of him. He just lost almost all of his track position. Pokemon goes wide, so that's obviously not going to work. But Medic now back into fifth after.
Yeah, you almost.
Not the best of restarts there. I mean, then again, we know he has the pace to get up there and lead laps. As looks like Outlaw's off. And parked it there for quite a little bit of time.
Keep it going.
So now it's Hines and Rampage here at the front of the field. Rampage running a little wide there because we've got Bush Brothers and Husky side by side here. Expect Bush Brothers fans on the bottom to kind of get a better way around the track here, but I think Husky might go for it down there at turn one. Maybe push him up towards the leaders.
Pass. I don't mind. I don't. I just yeah.
Shit.
I already know how to get these numbers.
It's gonna be Bush Brothers fan making a move on Hines around the outside. Can he make it stick? Not quite. Doesn't look like it. He might still be there though. He is. He's gonna be around the outside again after the kink. Can these two hold it together? We don't want any more incidents. Bush Brothers fans still holding, and just not gonna make it work that time. Of course, just couldn't get the inside. Had to make the move though. Goes wide. Yeah, seems like it's more of a battle for second right now than it is for first, as we've got the battle for fourth happening right on behind them. Medic and Husky going at it. I don't think Medic's going to exactly make a move into the chicane, but he's going to try it anyway. He's going to make it stick and run into the back of Hines and lose all his track
with that move. Medic.
Just
Medic,
not exactly what you want to see.
So keep it green.
Liquid.
You can see again. That's struggling. Bush Brothers gonna go side by side with Rampage.
Nice, they're getting caught into the chicane. Last lap, trying to make a move inside of Husky. It's gonna make it stick barely. A little bit of a tank slapper there, it looks like. Quite the gaggle of cars from third on back, kind of encroaching on first place as Rampage gets into the back of Bush Brothers fans. It looked like just a little bit there. Maybe it was just a wiggle.
Just giving them a walk top right there. I'll tell you that.
Rampage looking inside, looking outside. Not gonna stick though. Of course, Bush Brothers fan runs wide, and Rampage is gonna take the lead. Maybe a little bit of a squeeze there on the outside. I don't know how Bush Brothers fans gonna appreciate that.
Having a battle for first.
But of course, Bush Brothers fans is going to have the slipstream going into the chicane, which we know is working quite well for whoever's in second place. But I think it was just a little too close to the rear to get a very big run, so they're definitely going to be side by side here, as we're going to see another bold overtake attempt. This usually ends bad for someone. Who's it going to be this time? Bush Brothers fans backs out of it. Very wise decision. He's going to be able to keep second place, or at least not drop down to fifth or sixth. Ryan's now looking at Bush Brothers fan as he had to back out, of course, in the chicane, and momentum is a very important thing here around Daytona.
Yeah, that was smart. Oh, he got me.
Side by side for the lead going into turn one. This is what you like to see. Rampage on the inside. And Bush Brothers fan runs wide into the glass.
Into the grass.
Bush goes wide
Into the back of him. And there's a spin.
Oh.
Husky spins out.
I am so sorry.
Is that a caution? Is that a caution? Is that a caution?
Oh.
I am so sorry, Husky.
That is a rough series of events for Husky.
Okay. I'm gonna say, since Bush spun out and caused another wreck, I'm gonna say caution.
That was a mistake.
Caution comes out after that spin. A little bit of a delay there.
We may be
Must have been a tough decision.
I think we may be seeing a penalty for Bush if that's the case. After the
It's going to be open this time by. I wonder if we're going to have a taker. Last time we did, we had one, which is Pokemon. Wonder if he might stay out.
Mason B, the one underscore
we had a driver just DNF.
As well, we must also talk about everyone else, because everyone else did not come down last time. So we could see a world where Pokemon stays out, takes the lead, and everyone else goes in.
I put my sweat and blood into this.
You heard it from Tempton, pit road is open.
Looks like Outlaws dropped out of the race. Wonder if that was a mechanical issue or not.
It may be. Lowry just said, "F, I'm done." Won't know till we actually figure it out.
Let's see who's coming, who's going.
Asterisk pay my life.
Yep.
Asterisk
Outlaw not very happy.
Not very happy at all, I'll tell you that.
Has some rather choice words in the chat. Pardon anyone's language.
Majority of the incidents so far have been racing incidents. Not really anyone's at fault.
See, who's gonna bite here? Mora's looking like he's gonna go. Is he gonna fake it? Yes, he is. And no one wants to. Oh, except for Husky. Husky's going in. He was on softs. He's got 71 fuel. Let's see what he comes out here with. It's kind of interesting considering how slow the drivers are going and how pit road is shaped. Pit road just barely comes out behind the pack.
I mean, that's what it looks like. It's a road course layout.
Of course, 4 tires. Is going to take fuel as well. Might as well while you're back here. Yep, he is. Only up to 80 though.
No, he didn't.
And Page is in the lead. That's actually good.
I know a lot of these guys have got to be getting frustrated at some point.
Oh, for sure.
Some of these guys have not had the best day, not the best restarts. A lot of beating and banging, lots of incidents. You know, there's going to be people that aren't happy with certain other people at the end of the day.
Bumping uglies.
Kind of reminds me.
So it's not even halfway there yet.
At Auto Club yesterday in the MRL Nationwide Series. I finished the race, thankfully.
Yeah. Like 1 and 2, everyone's just trying to gain positions, and then the rest, they're just...
Let's see what Rampage has to say now.
It's not overly aggressive.
Rampage, how you doing?
Hey,
it's not causing wrecks.
Of course, you have the lead now. What's the strategy, you reckon, from this point on? Is it go long, see how long you can take it, and hope for no more cautions, or how have the tires been playing out?
well, it's still early in the race. There could be a lot of cautions. They could really help or just really mess it up for me. But I think my main plan here is just to keep, you know, a reasonable gap between P2. And yeah, see if I can hold them off if they try to attack.
A lot of defensive driving, I guess.
Everyone can go ahead and double up now. Or no, not double up, sorry. Space out.
Alright, well, good luck on the restart.
Alright, thank you. Trying to keep it as stable as I can for you guys.
Heading up to the Geico restart zone now. We'll see when Rampage decides to jump here. He's going to wait quite late into the restart zone. Interesting strategy post that. Of course, the longer you wait, the less of a run they get into turn one, so it kind of makes sense to wait all the way through.
Oh, shoot.
Bush making a move now on Hines, going around the outside. Might clear him on the exit.
Where's my charger at?
Yes, he will.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Medic making quick work
Oh,
behind.
so
Hines is
many
really falling off
positions.
this restart. Not exactly what you want to see, just a slow start.
Yeah, my controller died.
Could be on the mediums though. That would make a difference. Oh, Rampage running wide. Still has the lead though. Maybe see him try and break the slipstream here just a little bit, because Bush Brothers fans, I'm sure, is going to be hard charging. Does he want the inside? Does he want the outside? Bush takes the inside. Just barely doesn't have his nose in there.
Three drivers together now, 4.
He's going to stay there to avoid brake checking. Runs a little wide there, but relatively clean, and Rampage continues on with his rampage. Hoping at some point we can get to a more stable part of the race. I want to see some green flag pit stops today.
Never mind, I falsely called it right there. But he is right behind Bush, though.
Right now is making his claim for second place, so on the outside, not going to work. We have a car running wide in the back. It's Hines.
Yep.
Medic's move won't work. Bush Brothers, though, is going to try a move to the inside of Rampage and is going to make it mostly stick. I think they're still side by side.
Right now.
Yeah. Rampage probably uses a bit of overtake there to take back the lead. He's going to move it hard. Bush gets in the back of Rampage and Bush going wide. Hate to see it, they're both going to be at the back now. So the two leaders go from first to last. And now Medic is the beneficiary of the chaos. Usually he's been caught out by it today.
Slow down.
Yoshi, what the fuck? I'm not in this race.
The fuck?
It's that Pokemon Pepsi. Whoops.
Medic finally getting some daylight, and the second and third are fighting behind him. He can probably build quite the gap here and take control of this race, barring a caution.
We're just going to let Medic pull away.
I'm actually shocked.
Keep it green, keep it green. I forgot to make that.
What is this?
Everybody's making mistakes left and right. I think Medic.
Quite to get the first place. You wonder to see if these guys are going to work together or not, as it seems like Husky's been left out to dry by everyone else. Some old school Daytona racing as we get some collisions there as Pokemon just absolutely slams.
Oh no.
And now Husky goes from last to first in one corner. 3 wide.
Only store 5 right there, I'm telling you.
3 wide behind Husky. Oh no! Bush is around!
Bush is around. No. Bush is around.
I didn't see that. No, Pokemon's still going.
That should be a caution. Yeah, that's a caution.
Medic seemed to do exactly what happened to him in turn 1.
Caution's out. Caution's out.
Caution comes out as soon as Medic takes the lead, as Bush Brothers fan and Pokemon get tangled up in incidents. A little aggressive
Yoshi, when was the
on the early laps of this race. It looked like Medic was going to pull away with one there, and everyone started working together, and they all caught him at pace. And
outside of you.
Pokemon, I'm assuming, just had nowhere to go and just sent it and sent Medic off the track. Of course, it doesn't really matter now because Medic still got the lead, but
Crazy how
that's got to weigh on his conscience a little bit, you know. That's about the third or fourth time he's been dive bombed that I've even seen, and
there is too much interruption going on. Whoever's calling my name, I can barely hear him.
Oh, that was hilarious.
Because I need to know if I should reclaim my spot at first or if I should stay in fourth.
Hold up, I got it.
Puts me in the wall. Sounds the leader.
Okay. Who's calling my name?
I overtook one person, and then
The guy on the track.
I don't know if I should reclaim my spot at first or if I should stay
Right.
The question was asked the same question as we always do: who will go and who will stay? Looks like Husky doesn't really want to go, as he's right by the wall.
Okay.
Go ahead, Jeff. I'm just going to stay in fourth.
No, it doesn't look like he's biting.
He says he's gonna stay fourth.
He's done this every single time. It's too tough to tell. And it looks like Pokemon will go, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Seems to be a pretty common strategy. If you're in the back, get fresh tires, get fuel. Doesn't look like anyone else wants to. I'm especially not surprised that Medic didn't want to, considering every time he's at the back, he's not been able to work his way up, keeps on getting incidents, and even when he's at the front, he's still getting incidents. Everyone seems to want to send it on him.
yeah.
Driver's very, very squirrely, I guess.
That was the big
I'm gonna be honest, my eyes are basically on the only Brazilian in the field right now.
I need to clip that when I get the chance to.
My eyes are gonna be on the only Brazilian in the field currently, being Rampage. I think he might have a chance to win this one.
Of course he is.
It's worth mentioning that I've won here twice.
You were ahead of this, weren't you?
So I'm not sure.
Anyone in here has a chance to win.
I'm just commentating with you guys, so...
Let's see if we can get Pokemon on the radio. Pokemon, how you doing? What was the thought process behind Bitten there? No one else seemed to want to go but you.
You mind if I ask you a question, man?
Seems like you're going just tires from tires only from now on.
What do you think is your strategy?
Going all the way. Right, best of luck to you.
Finish?
Alright, we can start spacing out now.
Alright.
Space out.
Pokemon seems to like his strategy.
Spacing out. Start spacing out.
There you go.
See how that plays out on the restart. Thank you, Pokemon.
Green flag.
Alright, green flag underway. AMS Medic and Hines seem to have a big gap between them and Rampage. And Rampage just not trying to tempt fate a little bit. Want some space. How's he getting a little loose?
He got loose, he saved it, bro.
Oh god.
Oh,
Hines.
Holy checkup.
Big incident.
I'm sorry.
Now goes to
Rampage.
third and last.
You are good.
Keep it green.
I'm sorry, Rampage.
I break plates and then I ran into Hines. Yeah.
Maybe I
Medic's
broke
got
a little bit too early.
under 4/10 tenths of a gap between him
These guys are
and
like
Hines. So Hines could very easily go for a move here, but you've also got to remember behind them, third and fourth are fighting, 1 and 2. There's a 1.4 second gap. So they could very easily just keep it clean and kind of run away with this race and see if they can get a bunch of cars separated. and then kind of go at it by themselves. So, of course, if Hines thinks that he can challenge Medic and Medic is fast enough to keep Hines from, you know, passing.
I don't plan on attacking you yet.
It's going to be hard to do with this slipstream, as it looks like Hines chooses not to go for it there.
Yeah.
He goes for it this time. Yes, he will. Side by side, down the front stretch into turn one. Let's see what happens. Hines on the outside. Medic on the inside. No good from Hines there. Just can't make it work.
Whoa. We're getting loose here. We're getting
just
loose
with that one fight, it went from 1.4 to 0.5 of a second.
Medic is holding on as much as
5/10 now the difference between second to third. 2/10 the difference between first and second.
Oh, careful.
Hines opts not to make a move there. That would have been quite bold, trying to keep it a little cleaner than it's been most of the day so far.
We got one in the Husky in the
As I think finally we have some single file action. It looks like Husky's
Husky in the grass. I think it's just one. Oh.
Yeah.
You got a lag spike,
Yeah, I seen that. Lag spike.
And then you ran into Husky.
Nobody ran into me. I just, well, at least as far as I'm concerned, nobody ran into me.
Oh. On my screen, but I can touch you. I wasn't sure.
Well, if anybody caused that, it's not your fault. I was probably going up anyway.
Seems like we finally had a bit of a single file moment in the race. Looks like Rampage and Pokemon are going at it, but other than that, everyone's been quite cordial with one another until now, because Hines says, screw that, I want the lead.
I want that thing.
And it looks like he might get it as they're side by side. Medic probably using a little bit of overtake to stay side by side as he's got the inside. And they collide a little bit, tire bang, and Medic's going to keep the lead there. Aggressive move to keep it, but it worked. As it looks like Husky's already caught back up from the mistake he made earlier.
Young man, what do you like to play? Pokemon!
Husky gets loose again, but he saves it, so it's...
Pokemon is almost sponsored by Pepsi. That makes so much sense. You know. Yeah. I saw that. You're all good.
Oh, my bad, Bush. I didn't.
Husky and Bush Brothers fan, like strange positions there going into the chicane. Looks like
we're good.
I'll stay behind the my bad. Rampage.
Oh, that's all good.
That far into the grass.
Yeah,
we're good.
I didn't know what to do because you were going so slow to the bus stop.
as the sun goes down, the tempers seem to go up.
Yeah. I'm gonna break early.
We're halfway in this race
We
now.
have a good contact. I saw that smoke over there.
And we're going to see how the track temps change and how the cars handle going into the nighttime. Because these cars don't have lights, they rely purely just on the lights that the track provide to see in the dark.
Hi, Bush.
Hi.
Headlights are on. What headlights?
Husky now works his way up to 5th from last.
And this time I only set it to 4x, so imagine if it stayed at 15x like last race.
Would have been a very dark one.
Oh, medic, I believe went moves.
With a squabble there. See if Bush Brothers fan can capitalize on that. Got quite the run. I don't think it'd be enough. I don't know if he wants to make a move into the chicane. Seems like that's been death for at least one person.
I don't know what I'm going to do.
Outside's where you want to be, but Bush Brothers fan's going to go for it anyway, and Medic's going to back out. I think Medic might be confident in his abilities to take the lead back.
Felt like he didn't even break.
He's got very, very hungry cars behind him, so we'll see how that works, because they're quite aggressive back there. And it looks like they're reeling him in more than he's reeling Bush Brothers in.
We're going to go 3 wide here.
He's going to make a move around the outside and maybe even fully take the lead back. It looks like Rampage is going to get into Bush and Medic just a little bit there. Medic runs wide and Bush is going to keep the lead out of that exchange. Very impressive. Kind of worked out for Bush there. Kind of what didn't happen. But Medic's going to take the lead back anyway, going to turn 3.
Dude, I know!
Yes, it has the lead back.
Oh!
Which I'm sure he's happy to see.
Pokemon and Husky, that's a caution.
Right there.
That's 2 cars? Oh, okay.
Caution is out as Husky and Pokemon have a collision at the back of the pack again.
2-car wreck right there.
This is the 4th caution so far.
Yeah.
Pit road is open.
So if what Pokemon said is true, and he can go to the end of the race and no one else can, would you expect everyone to come down and get fuel and go to the end of the race as well and just take tires for the rest of the day? Or do you think they've got their own plan and Pokemon's just kind of gone off by himself?
We're going a little slow here.
Medic speed up. Yes.
Has anyone used their overtake yet?
I've used a little bit.
I've seen quite a few
I'm just
drivers use
adjusting something
overtake.
if I
I'm not
pass
gonna name
you.
names, but
I still got more than 3/4.
Wonder how they all are on their gauges.
I only used 1/4 of mine.
Because that might be the deciding factor. Whoever saves the most at the end is going to have the most pace. Now we get to see how everyone fares.
is open.
Looks like Hines is going in, and so is Rampage.
Don't know what happened to Medic. Looks like his.
Oh, Medic's gone.
DNF.
That's gonna be rough. A DNF from Medic. We don't want to see that, especially out of someone who's been leading the race quite consistently.
Well, the
Of course, the
commentators don't want to
race
see that,
of
but the racers
attrition
want to see that. New winner this
and
week.
engine failures are certainly not what you want to see.
Our reports leader is now out of the race.
Yeah, it's going to be huge for the point standings, as Bush Brothers fan is in first now, who's second place in the standings, so we might very easily have a new leader at the end of the day here.
I love fresh
Not only
tires.
that, but that's possibly going to shake up the points right there.
I'm not gonna lie, this race, even though there hasn't been any people, this racing has been pretty good.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
You hate to see someone go out of the race like that, but when your car is getting banged up as much as it is, it's kind of not surprising that there's going to be a failure on it. Of course, none of that by his choice, but... Two drivers out of the race at this point. Starting to get a little worried for everyone else.
Yeah, backed out.
So now only it's 424 CST.
524 EST.
324 MSD. Yes, I live in the mountain time zone.
Oh fuck, yeah.
Actually, okay, I won't be able to make it to today's qualifying because I still gotta make my own paint scheme and finish up.
Of course, restart's now going to happen after the pit stops. There's still that sign out there. Scan a few cones,
Yeah,
stick
like
around.
in 2 hours I gotta do
Drivers running wide and then
the
things
Outlaw
happen.
series, so I can
Medic saying that
I mean, I
because
would have used the AT&T thing I made, but
okay.
I
Space
was
out,
told
guys.
that I
Let's
asked
do that.
Josh if there was like a specific sponsor he wanted to see in his league, and he said you run the sick
Space
car. I'm
out.
like, you know what? Fuck it, I will. And then I ran road number, and it turned out to be a
Space out.
Roush number.
Husky Pokemon space out. Space out.
Looks like the drivers don't want to listen.
Green flag.
Pokemon now working its way up to third after, well, previously being in sixth.
Oh my God!
Because you guys pitted. And he's already shoveled his way back to last place. He kind of struggled here today.
Looks like we might not have many drivers finishing in first. Two drivers already DNF. Might have a third.
I'm not trying to lose time, the boys.
Yeah. You hate to see it, but I mean, it's been a race of attrition all day. You know, least mistakes wins, and well, internet isn't exactly a mistake, but
the power on the fresh tires is on my side.
Busch Brothers fans already working a 1 second gap to second place. As Husky and Rampage look like they're going to go at it here in a second. Husky running wide back on myself.
I mean, this car does kind of have a body of a lawnmower, so I'm just doing some yard maintenance.
Rampage already working himself back up to Husky even after that large incident.
Just put a little delay underneath the car and make it a lawnmower.
Well, gained Husky some time, of course. As Rampage is going to go around the outside, trying to make a move work as sparks are flying. It's not going to work. He just outbrakes himself. Too deep into the corner. Yeah, it's not going to work. Might lose some positions here.
I don't know how we saved that.
Oh, come on. Making a move on Hines.
I don't have old tires.
Oh, Rampage went a bit loose.
Oh yeah.
Managed to get a second.
Looks like Medic's official statement as it was just too hot in the car and for safety reasons had to leave. Retired the car by choice.
Hines. Yeah,
In a
Hines.
shower
Hines
of
went wide.
sparks! Actually, fourth!
Busch probably keep that. Place if Rampage closing in on him. And here we go, side by side.
Move a little early there. Start finish line. Who's going to have the lead going into lap 32? It looks like it's going to be Rampage. But Husky's going to send one up the inside of Busch Brothers fan and probably lose them both positions as now it's Hines. It's Hines in second.
Side by side. Between
once again, one of those huge back of the pack to front of the pack moves that we've seen at least 2 or 3 times today.
Wait, Hines is
I mean, that's what happens when you've got a huge collision of cars. But Hines is immediately going to throw it away and get himself in the grass, run wide, and now he's back in last place. Just as quick as you can gain a bunch of positions, you can lose them. As now Rampage, who particularly looked good in practice, it's clear by 1.2 seconds, and if these guys keep fighting, they might lose him completely. As Pokemon says it, Thunder is outside his house, lurking.
They're not sunny house.
Hate to see another dropout due to a power outage or something.
Oh, we're gonna have another one of those days for another DNF. Oh, they got 2 drivers.
Husky now on the outside.
Rampage got.
Can you make that work? Pokemon, what a move!
Done to you.
Take a look at what he did.
I saw it correctly. Pokemon is fighting for first place. Around the outside, can he make it work? A little bit of a tap from Husky there as he's on the outside of Rampage, especially the fact that he spin into the ground all by himself.
Another one car.
Caution, caution.
No, stay here.
Okay.
Green, okay.
Green. Oh, there goes Husky.
That's only even a good field.
Unfortunately, one car. He got onto
They should be able to make pace and catch back up.
Fuck you.
I reckon, especially if the cars keep fighting the way they do.
With
They won't lose that last time.
Well, with the boost and shit, he's gonna catch up in the lap.
Oh yeah, boost is on. I forget about that.
Come on. Hines is right on Pokemon's bumper.
Pokemon trying to fight for
has left the room.
second place here.
Mason B, the _true outlaw,
Trying to
has
hold
left
it.
the room.
Maybe convince Hines to work with him and not against him to get back up to first places. Those
Pokemon is gonna die. The Pokemon is gonna die.
Those have Pokemon
We're gonna have something going on. We're gonna shake it up if that's gonna be the case.
might have another shot at the lead here going into turn one. Let's see if he can make it stick. You know, that black and white car to the lights looks a little bit better than in the daytime, I won't lie.
Does not stick.
Not gonna work, and in the process loses a place. That's not what you want to
I
see.
think Hines. Oh no, he Rampage.
Husky's already caught back up.
Yeah, Hines.
And the Bush Brothers fan seems to be making good time as well.
I mean, even if you're DNF, I think you still got DNF points. The big DNF points.
Pokemon will ride into the grass.
Oh, Pokemon wide. Well, that's already one position for Bush Brothers fans. He's gained almost 2 seconds on the pack in front in just the infield section alone.
Just as we have that.
And on pace for a new fastest lap. You got to be wondering, is he draining his overtake right now?
He may be. That's how I gotta put it.
My boast and fastest lap is
one in a chicane.
A little under 20 to go now.
Hines.
I wouldn't exactly say it's go time for the rest of the drivers,
You'll
but
get DNF points, Pokemon, even if you...
Well, look on the bright side, Pokemon. You can't do any worse.
Yeah, like big points, because like E5.
you might start to see things ramp up a little bit, but I don't expect dumping of overtake just quite yet.
Side by
I
side
think it's a
with
bit premature.
Rampage.
Outbreaks and so...
On to the right side of Rampage. Can't make it work. He might try again though. Maybe dive towards the inside.
One more time for there you
Not
have it.
quite.
Hines does not.
Hines will
It does
hold.
not work for Hines.
Ooh, got on the grass there. Bit of an incident. Bush Brothers fan is potentially going to make a move, probably down the backstretch if I had to guess. Unless Hines can catch back up to Rampage and get a little bit of a slipstream, but right now I think he's lost it. Now it's going to be a battle for second place between these two lovely drivers and lovely cars.
Pokemon, if anyone should die here, it's you.
So the pack is all bunched up again. Only 1.5 seconds separating.
Can Rampage hold on to his pack of wolves over here? I do not know.
I mean, you can't do it earlier.
Rampage being a lone wolf in the lead. I don't know if he's going to like hold off that pack. Hines on his bumper. Bush now passes up Hines in the second.
Oh God, what is going on?
Bush Brothers fans got to be spelling blood in the water after Medic's DNF. Having the point standings lead after finishing second last week would be quite huge. Would be quite the statement, I'd say, if he can take the lead from Rampage and run away with it. But no one has been able to run away with it, unfortunately. We just have not seen anyone just you know, once they get the gap, everyone works together, pushes them right back up to the leader. And, you know, no one's able to pull away, no one's able to get anything done.
Experience
boost. See Bush Brothers fan down the inside of Rampage. Rampage probably gonna back out here, as that was smoothly done by both of them. But Rampage kind of slows up. It looks like Hines there.
Oh my god!
It's not gonna matter though. Hines could have probably taken advantage of the slow up if it weren't for the blocking there. Not intentionally, of course, but 3 bars in the triangle for just a second there. Kind of scary. We're gonna see the Dr. Pepper car of Hines attempt to make a move here, as it looks like he's still side by side with one of them.
Still in the lead.
Hard to tell with some of the camera angles, especially in the darkness now as we fade into night, or deeper into the night, I should say.
Rampage is passing up.
Rampage and Husky. Nothing there. Husky might try and look on the inside. He does. A little bit of a wheel back and Rampage off into the grass.
That is one thing you do not want to see.
Husky shoving Rampage.
I gave you plenty of room, but I understand he probably flinched just a little bit.
A little bit of a tire bang there, and that's all you really need to send someone off now.
Everyone is gonna lag you on my screen.
Bush Brothers ran with the fastest lap at 1:24.9.
Yeah.
By far, no one even close to that, I don't think.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
The take out someone's in the grass already.
Not
Pokemon's in the grass.
He's gonna lose a lot of time.
He's in the
Yeah, it's quite a big spin. You don't want to be making any mistakes there. We talked about that pre-race. You just do not want to make a mistake in that chicane because you will go started for quite some time.
Yeah, we're seeing some overtake action over here.
We got Rampage on Husky's bumper right now. Think we're gonna...
Gotta be wondering what the tire situation's looking like now. Closing in on the end. These guys have been on these tires for quite some time.
I see some pit stops, so I saw I gotta put it. Hines.
You can do green flag pit stops.
Haven't really had the opportunity to do green flag pit stops. Is what I was going to say. Is it looks like someone's either using overtake or is out of it.
Oh,
Rampage.
I overshot the braking zone.
Yeah. It's easy
I think Rampage might be low on overtake. His light is red.
He's low on nitrous.
Oh my god!
And with so many laps to go already, we're going to have to wonder if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
That's something.
I'd also like to say thanks to all your drivers.
Those big bushes scare me in this car.
Bush just keeps it.
Pretty clean race.
Just a little rain, you ain't gonna help.
Rampage and Hines going at it once more. We've been able to see some very aggressive moves into the first corner here. Some very deep lunges that, I mean, one car can stay on, but usually with that type of lunge, you don't see both of them stay on.
Why am I so slow, man? You know?
No, I don't think the boom slows down. Rather, you gain more speed.
I am sped. The green light on Bush's car does not look good.
Oh, that was my best time on Bush here. As well as Rampage, kind of gaining equally with one another. It looks like Hines got a really good run out of the chicane there, and might be able to make a move here before even the checkered flag.
Side by side.
Yes, we might even be 3 wide, not quite, but Hines is going to make moves as well as Rampage, so Bush Brothers loses 2 positions there. Now Rampage wants to lead for himself as well. Quite the shallow angle. I don't know if the run's going to out is going to be good enough. It's not, but he's going to hold position.
I don't know where
Bush Brothers doesn't really like the fact that he lost both his positions. He's going to fight for it.
They're fighting side
Not
by
quite
side.
going to work. Maybe saving overtake for a later time. Doesn't seem very rushed in his methods right now, as we're closing in on 10 laps to go, only 13 left.
What? Yeah, it's for
Oh, went a bit loose for Hines, but we're good. We're in that right now.
Well, I'm scared. Bush probably has so much overtake.
They kind of cleaned up their act here. I haven't seen a caution in a while. Maybe it was just losing 1 or 2 cars extra that helped them out a little bit. Clean things up, more track space. It's hard to run clean for all those laps when you've got everyone bunched up, 7 cars bunched up all on top of each other.
Rampage takes
I'm an idiot.
Hines
catches the barrier.
We've been talking about that. I don't know if time lost his Pokemon for sure, but
Another single car.
we're down to 3 in the lead pack for now.
I can't believe I just did that.
No, I've done that before, dude. Don't worry. I've actually done that before.
Can handle the pressure. Uh-oh.
could not handle the pressure. Rampage is going to take the lead.
Oh, man.
The more cars that lose the lead pack, the better the situation gets for the leader, Rampage.
I think Rampage is going to be the only...
Because that's one less car that can push everyone else up to the front.
In my opinion, I think Rampage is going to be the only
If they are
one here
working
to
together.
take the win if that's the case.
So if Bush Brothers fan wants this win, he's going to have to do it on pace. I don't think there's going to be a lot of help he can get.
Not a lot of room for mistakes.
Not a lot of
feeling
not a
friendly.
lot of anything.
Unless he has to pay for tires.
They're going to make mistakes.
Oh, shit.
Bush takes the lead.
He's going to clear him
Away from Rampage.
with no struggles there, but
Rampage is gonna fight
Rampage
back.
is going to fight back into turn one. Not quite going to make it work. Seemed to break a little bit harder than Bush Brothers did. Bush Brothers carried the speed through the corner much better there. But Rampage is just going to send one, try and block him off. Doesn't work, and Bush Brothers gets to switch back. Lovely move by Bush Brothers.
Battling.
Rampage is the only car with a red light up upon their head. I wonder what must be going on with their strategy right now that led them to the point where they've kind of used up most, if not all, their overtake already.
Quite unknown here, I can tell you that. If you take a look at the replay after the race, that'd be something to look into. Bush, though, in his chicane. First one still trying to catch up. Short one, though.
Oh, Rampage, I think
Pokemon
it was
that lap. That, or not lap,
Oh,
that time. 10 seconds to 6.
Side draft. Side draft. Oh, shit.
Side by side between Bush and Rampage.
Side by side. Going into the turn. Bush keeps it.
Oh, sorry.
Bush looks to be the victor once again, but we might see the same move that happened last lap again. And we will, Rampage kind of backs out of it there, realizes it's probably not the best move there. You must be wondering how much overtake is Pokemon using right now to catch back up to the pack. You know, it's one thing to catch up, it's another thing to pass, and if you see that over, oh, Bush runs wide, he might even lose second here.
Oh.
Looks like
Tires.
Husky's gonna have to go on the outside, it might be a little difficult. They keep it relatively clean. Husky gets kind of run wide a little bit, and Husky will fall back into third.
Oh, they're in a full pack now. I'm off.
Yeah, so that's going to allow Pokemon to gain even more, even farther.
That's what I do there for Pokemon, because he seemed to be struggling at first with whenever he got in the grass, but now he's like catching up.
Mason B,
when they're going to be fighting, and you don't want to be fighting when you're trying to like win the race. You just need to like keep up there and hope one of the drivers makes a mistake.
I think it's kind of
incident for the drivers. Lap 50 is the last lap for a caution. After that, there are no cautions.
Bush takes the lead again. Oh, went wide.
Rampage and Bush Brothers fan have kind of dominated this race after the recent, or not so recent DNFs of our two drivers. Bush around.
Bush around.
No! Stop talking about these guys.
Keep it green. We keep it green though.
It's a single
no
car.
mistakes yet.
Rampage clear by over a second now, it looks like.
Looks like drivers now.
Talk about Pokemon, guys. Talk about Pokemon. Talk about
oh, now Husky around. Collects
Rampage
Pokemon.
manages to.
They save it though.
To break away from them.
Keep it green.
No.
Rampage manages to break away from them.
Heinz has
might start to worry a little bit that Rampage might get away with one here if
he might.
Heinz can't bring the gap down and kind of bridge everyone along, but I think Bush Brothers fan and Heinz have the pace.
Heinz has something to say about it.
Definitely has some overtake left.
That's what it looks like. It has a bit of overtake. If it's red, you don't have any overtake left, but if it's green, you still have that overtake. You have enough. So it all comes in with this overtake.
Bush is already back. Oh.
Bush Brothers fans able to work up from the mistake earlier quite easily. We've been seeing that a lot. The cars in the pack are running quite slower than a single car would
Bush
or could.
Up, Heinz.
Hence why Pokemon is able to catch up. Husky's been able to catch up. Bush Brothers fans been able to catch up.
No. Just no.
Seems like almost every single car once today has had to catch up from someone else. We see the plane go on landing on the back.
Oh, actually, yeah, that might be a good idea. No, that would be hella risky.
This would be really risky if they do pit already. If you were a driver, what would you do in this situation? Would you risk the biscuit and pit, or do you just keep on the track? Oops.
I don't think it
Tank factor there between Heinz and Husky. Heinz kind of collides with them because they go through the kink side by side roughly. It's like Husky's gonna get third place all to himself now as Pokemon sends it up the inside of Hines, and Hines is in the grass.
Hines is in the grass.
Hines is not going to be happy about that. I mean, he's been running solid middle of the pack. I think he really had. And to be out of it now with only a few laps to go, you've got to wonder, can he bridge that gap back? Can he get that gap back to what it was? Can he get his positions back? And I don't want to think about what would happen to Pokemon if he did get back to him and had the opportunity to do something. I know I would not be happy, especially if that's going to reach the defense, which I don't know if it has been, but regardless, I would not be happy with this late in the race being bumped wide.
I can take the bus stop flat out. Oh shit. Oh, down there. Oh my word.
Oh, Rampage got a bit loose.
What about the tanks that are there? Look like for this fence might be able to take advantage of his going with his tanks. Whether or not he wants to, that's the question.
Rampage manages to keep it under control.
I did not block the way. That gap keeps going down. Oh shit. Oh, I'm okay.
Husky down the inside of Bush Brothers fan. Bush Brothers runs a little wide, puts two tires over the white line, and might be able to hold on to it if he sends it. And it looks like he will, depending on the run he gets. Still side by side. It looks like yes, it is. They might fight for the whole infield section here. Will Bush Brothers send it back up the inside? No, but Hines is thinking about an outside move. Not quite. Bush Brother, once again, a little bit of a slide there. Car's starting to struggle for traction. You wonder if there's a caution now if they get tired.
Holy shit! Oh.
I'm just gonna be honest, but I think Rampage is pulling on through. I told you I had my eyes on him. I'm probably not wrong on that if he does manage to get a win, guys.
Three cars running wide there. That's not what you want to see. It's hard to tell who's going to win this, but Rampage has been holding on to the lead for quite some time now.
Well, yeah, Husky nearly catching up.
And I don't think he's planning on giving it up anytime soon.
Bush is no, I think Husky.
Unless Husky has something to say about it. He just sends one up the inside, kind of bumps him wide, and now Rampage is fighting for fourth. He's going to get run wide again. He's going to be in fifth.
Oh,
first to last in the matter of 2 corners.
5 to go.
That's got to be rough. Now Husky with the advantage of 1 second advantage. As the laps start to close, you've also got to think.
He got it. Right there.
Can these guys justify working together for an attempt at a win, or are these guys just upping man for themselves now?
Sorry. God.
It's hard to work together with guys you've been roughing up all race, I'll tell you that much.
Tell you that. Husky manages to pull away.
like Rampage looks the third, trying to fight for second here, and
Husky may just keep it.
Ran wide there. I don't know if he overtook
Oh, Bush Brothers closing in. Bush is closing in.
He was in a heated battle with Pokemon, as we see another heated battle. Bush Brothers to the lead.
Side by side.
Side by side. Alright, guys. Last lap for a caution.
No more cautions after this lap. We're gonna see you get to finish
Things
this
are going to
race.
start to get dicey here in a second, I promise you. It's like Rampage.
Did I just see that correctly? Oh my lord.
Runs Husky wide. I wonder if that had anything to do with a previous incident or maybe just a mistake. But it's going to be hard for Rampage to pass Bush Brothers fan when he's out of overtake. I don't know how much everyone else has, but I'm sure Bush Brothers has plenty to use.
Man.
Pokemon hit the tire barrier.
Pokemon! Hit the tire barrier. No more cautions after this lap. I think Pokemon might not be able to have what he wanted.
Bush Brothers, of course, has looked very nice through practice, qualifying, and the race. Same with Rampage. So it's not surprising to see these two first and second once again when it comes to the end of the race.
Bush is gonna get it unless Rampage.
Inside. A little bit of a tap there, that could have been dangerous.
Yep. Gotta watch that. Gonna see
Around
Rampage
the outside
side by
for
side with Bush.
Rampage. Breaks
takes the
very
lead.
late, but he's able to control it and maintain momentum around the outside and keep good pace on exit. Bush Brothers fan won't even have a shot back in the next corner.
No more cautions.
More. Rampage runs quite wide there. Probably lost a little bit of time, probably about half a tenth to a tenth. Don't want to see that late in the race. I know the pressure's starting to get on, but you gotta keep clean. You can't make a mistake now. There won't be any cautions to save you.
Rampage went a bit loose, but he's still keeping it, managing to pull through.
If there's one thing we can say, is that Pokemon looks to be out of it 5 seconds back. The real question is, will Bush Brothers fan be able to mount a charge? Only 4 tenths back. We'll have plenty of slipstream here and the overtake advantage. Of course, he also has the fastest lap. Side by side as across the start finish line, but Bush Brothers fans not quite alongside enough.
Possibly might keep it.
See if he can make it work. It looks like he just got ran real wide. He's going to be fighting for third now instead of fighting for first after that mistake.
Bush got ran wide. Oh! Contact between me and Husky and Bush.
But I'm actually sorry though. Tires are kind of dying.
0.8 seconds. These guys keep fighting. They're not going to be able to fight for a win. Husky, Bush,
I'm trying to.
Really got to the back straight away. They've got to make up their minds because Rampage is running away.
Contact between each other.
1.1 seconds for the leader now.
With to go. Coming in the back stretch.
And if there's one thing for sure, Rampage has dominated the second half of this race.
Going to be into the chicane now.
Ooh, Bush Brothers runs very wide there. Getting on the grass, he's going to be slow. Got a little tap there from
Bush, I can tell you that.
Hines to get him back up to speed here. Maybe they're going to start working together. They only have this last lap we're running up on here to make something happen. It looks like they're all working together to push Husky to the lead. Final lap now, no cautions. Husky's going to take the lead into turn 1. Husky and Rampage both get loose. Can Bush Brothers capitalize?
Keep it.
Not quite. Rampage surely wants to fight for this lead. He's been holding on to it this whole race, as there's only 2 cars left now with overtake. Bush Brothers fans, Husky and Rampage, the top 3. Going into one of the last few corners on the infield section, Husky and Bush Brothers fans seem to be more at each other's throats than they are at Rampage. Someone's got to get something done, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's into the chicane. They've got to dump everything they have here or after.
One driver's gonna like dump the other. Bush Brothers and Husky ain't having.
Husky looks to the inside of the chicane. He might make the pass before it. He will. Bush Brothers goes in the inside.
Ah, shit.
Oh, gets loose. Yes.
Into the grass.
Into the grass! It's Husky! By himself! Can Bush Brothers make the move on the last lap with the little bit of overtake he has left on this slipstream? It doesn't look likely. It looks improbable. Husky is going to win!
Oh shit! Back here!
In fantastic fashion.
Congratulations.
That's it. Husky is your Bud Light Grand Prix at Daytona victor. After 53 hard, difficult laps, he comes out as the winner. Rampage dominated the second half of that race. I thought it was going to be between Bush Brothers and Rampage. They just completely collapsed at the end there. That is really rough to see.
Mason B, the
But
Husky,
regardless, deserves the win.
Ambrose has
I think I did.